Hey everyone, how's it going? It's been a while, kind of. I always say that. Anyway, it's been a while since this collab. It's been like over a year or so since this collab first released. Welcome to another live stream video thing. This is gonna be quite a good stream, I think. Well, for me, probably for everyone else here too. This collab, a lot of people have been wanting this collab, especially me. I don't know about everyone else, but I've been wanting this collab to rerun for a very long time. Because I missed out on that one limited arc, which we will be getting. There's a lot of stuff to go over, but as usual, we'll do the things in order. We'll look over the unit and the arc first and talk over everything and blah blah. We'll get through everything, trust me, but if anyone wants me to talk about anything, they'll just let me know and I'll probably just cover it anyway, because why not? Need any help or anything, just let me know. But let's get into it. Now this is interesting. I was hoping I was going to do things from Devil May Cry 3 because I like that game. I haven't played Devil May Cry 4 yet. I should do that. That's the only game I haven't played in the series. I've played every other one, but the next unit, I think it's going to be next week probably. I didn't look at the date. It's probably a week from now. It's going to be a new Nero unit, which is interesting. So let's look at Vergil first. Now he's kind of a pretty hype unit for most people. A lot of people want him. He's pretty popular. So yes, let's have a look at him right now, because I'm also quite interested in him. Now even if he's not going to be that amazing, I would still want this unit because he's just really cool and I like this game. I've played it, so that's the main reason I would like to get the character, which we will be getting him. So let's have a look at everything he has. He is a soldier type, makes sense. Stats, I don't really have to talk about most of this, you can probably see most of this. I'll try and note the most important parts. Minus 15 to light, could be a problem, but it's not that bad. Emerald resistances are okay, nothing bad really. Pretty good strength, defense not bad too. Abilities, they're pretty normal skills, but the good thing, now his skills are pretty interesting. I think his skill 3 is 18 hits, which is it's either 18 or 19 hits. It's incredibly high hit count skill 3, probably one of the highest we've seen in the game, probably for any most recent units and out of the whole units. Skill 2 is a long range combat attack, so that's going to be pretty useful. And here's the thing, long range non-attribute DPS units are literally the best units for arena. I can say that for certain because of Demon Lord Rimuru. He's still one of the top DPS units in the game for arena because he's non-attribute long range. So this could give Vergil some. He could be good in arena. I'm just pointing that out because of his skill 2 is long range and he's also non-attribute and he's also a single build unit. So I'm thinking potentially he might be good on that. Yeah, I'm hoping everyone else has some luck too, but please give me some luck. I need that. Once we get to the summons later on. I'm just looking for Vergil. We'll go over the arc too, but I'm more interested in Vergil. Probably most people are. I don't remember the skill counts of all of these, but we'll see those later. Skill 3 instantly close the gap, so that's going to be pretty good, but there's kind of a delay in between halfway through that skill 3, so that could be a problem, but it's not. You'll see why. Special is a powerful combo attack to all enemies, it's pretty cool. Awesome animations and everything, we'll see those later. Traits always get more interesting, so he has some very interesting skills. If your luck has been horrible, then I doubt that you're going to give me many luck at all. You're not going to give me much luck if you don't have much. At least it helps, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. I do have enough crystals to get the unit guaranteed, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. So traits, when only one weapon is equipped, no attribute, damage 30%, damage cap 3000. Now here's the thing, I don't know why they made it only 3000 damage cap, because 3000 is just very low, and it's single wields. I don't know why it's only 3000. I mean, it's probably just because they have other damage cap things elsewhere, like in skills and the rest of the traits, but would have been nice to see that a lot higher. We've seen traits with around 10,000 to 20,000 damage cap with one weapon equipped, we've seen that. So why is it 3,000? I don't know, after special give SDT buff and remove doppelganger buff. So doppelganger we'll talk about once we get to the skills, because that's a very huge skill. It's one of the main things about this unit that's going to make him good, I think, and most people probably think. SDT buff gives 30% no attribute damage and 10,000 damage cap when only one weapon is equipped. And when using a skill, can't be interrupted by most attacks. So he has super armor, which is active all the time because it's in its own sentence. So you don't need to have SDT buff active; it's always active. So having super armor on a non-attribute single wield DPS, kind of like a shift of Balin's with super armor, is just crazy good, because you know how good super armor is. You don't get flinched when you're using skills. It's just amazing. One of the best things. So I can see this being pretty good. We've already got a few good things here. Mostly not being interrupted by most attacks when using skills is the main one. I love seeing those. Main example, Shift Roland. So trait 2 is not as long, but it's still nice. Boost no actual damage and damage cap per hit to the enemy. I was a bit confused by what this actually meant, but what I think it means is, I don't know if it means combo hits. Second ticket, that's pretty damn lucky. I have a few tickets. I think we have, we'll go over that once we get to it, but there's quite a few good free tickets, there's a lot of them. So what I thought this means is it increases your damage and damage cap depending on your combo, but it doesn't say that, it just says per hit to the enemy. So I think it just means when you do more hits, you're just going to do more damage, that's pretty much it. But I don't know if once you hit 30 hits, and if the combo goes back to 0, it might not be a combo thing, it might just be its own thing, you know. At 30 hits, max damage 50%, damage cap 10,000, resets each wave whenever attacked, cut effect by 4 hits. So I would say don't worry about this too much, because most of the time you're going to have this active all the way, as long as you keep spamming your skills, because it has some pretty good hit counts, and the doppelganger skill, which we'll get to right now. So skills, doppelganger is crazy good. I'm quite excited about trying it out. I'm more excited about other things too, but it's gonna be fun. Use all MP to give unit the doppelganger buff. So that's basically like you use 200. You need to have 200 MP, and it uses all of your MP, kind of like Honey Elixir or Apple Pie. What this skill does is it doubles skill hit counts. Only usable once per quest when only one weapon is equipped, and SDT buff is inactive. So the interesting thing is he's a single wield unit, but now this skill gives him double hits. And now I'll tell you why this is crazy, is because he has single wield damage cap, right? And his skill 3 has insane hit counts. I think his skill 2 is 11 hits. I think this is going to be probably one of the highest DPS in the game, just from looking at doppelganger buff. If you have that active, it's going to melt literally everything. But the only problem is you're going to use it once per quest, so you won't be using it on waves. You'll be using it against a boss once you have all of your skill stocks and everything. You just spam all your skills, can't get flinched, destroy everything. I think that's going to be really good. So doppelganger is the main thing that I want to test with this unit, because I don't know how long this buff is for. Is it permanent until you use SDD buff or not? So is he better than Shift Baland? I can't really say yet, because I haven't even tried him out or anything, but when I first saw the video of Vergil, I think Shift Baland is going to be better, but I don't know. I'm just saying that because I like Shift Baland so much. Everyone uses Shift Baland who has him. He's pretty much the best DPS. So it's hard to compare to Shift Baland, even though I know you'd want to, but I think Vergil does some things different. I think Vergil's going to have higher DPS potential, but Baland, he has so many Slayers. You've seen how many Slayers he has, and by the way, Vergil doesn't have any Slayers, so that's kind of a bad thing, but let's start going over these skills. Attack up max, fighting spirit 4, critical up 3, aim vitals, proud force, good stuff. Like seeing this. Illusion, it's nice to have. Auto critical and haste is great. Ardor. Attack raise 2, more damage cap here. Pose of glory, also critical raise. Pretty nice. I don't know why he has so much crits, because he doesn't really have anything else with crits in his kit, right? He doesn't have anything that does more crit damage or anything. Yeah, he doesn't have slayers, but you can always add them, and I don't know what his damage is going to be without the slayers. If he can still hit damage cap without slayers, it's not a problem. We're just going to have to see how he is. Everyone needs to test him, because he only just came out like 2 hours ago. Yeah, and I haven't even gotten him yet, so I can't say. Pose of Glory is great, only 2 SC, less speed, more speed, it's lovely. Yeah, I'll talk about them once we get to it, we're almost there. Claws, why? Double impact, favoured sword is really good, 10,000 more damage cap, I love it. Instant strike, critical hits have a chance for. Now I get why he has crit ups, because he's got this. Oh god. Now I'm just thinking, instant strike with doppelganger. Higher the chance of it activating because you got double the hits. That could be pretty strong. I don't know what his DPS potential is going to be. I can already see it's going to be crazy. We've also got double hander, more damage cap, and we've got two-handed claws. I don't know why he has claws. I don't know too much about Vergil, not going to lie. I've only really seen Vergil from Devil May Cry 5 and Devil May Cry 3. I don't know what happens in Devil May Cry 4. That's the only one I haven't played yet. So I don't know why he has claws. It's a bit weird to me because he has a lot of things for requiring a sword. So if you equip a sword, then these skills are wasted. But if you equip a claw, then the other skills are wasted. So I personally think that he's going to be better off with a sword so far. Claws in his double trigger. Yeah, I actually haven't ever used Vergil as a playable character, because I played Devil May Cry 5 before the Vergil DLC thing was even in the game. I played it quite early. And we've also got, so Clothes Mega Boost is nice, so he's going to equip Clothes, which makes sense. It says, it's weird when I say it, obviously you're going to equip Clothes. Some units don't equip Clothes. It's weird to think about, really. Armor plus HP plus more HP with armor. Clothes isn't an armor, right? So that's not going to do anything. Whatever. Quick trigger, decoy, indomitable spirit, giant killing 2 is nice. Focused will, duration of debuffs taken minus 50%, whatever really. And now we get to the unique skills down here. Until unit defeats an enemy, physical damage 20%. So it does 20% more damage until he defeats an enemy, which is, I guess, it's something. Damage to non-boss enemies 20%, and damage cap. Damage taken from... See, this is good, but the problem is I want it the other way round. I want to do more damage to boss enemies. I want to take less damage to boss enemies. You know, because that's pretty much the most important part, is being able to defeat those difficult bosses. So, yes, this is kind of not what I wanted. He's got giant killing as well, right? But it's still very good because you can also work on arena, and it helps clearing out any other random enemies in the stage faster. So I can see they've been good. A lot of words. Battle start, give a unit a strength 25% buff, continues until incapitations. That's really good. It's basically a continuous brave effect on the unit all the time until they die. And when you have the SDT buff active, then you get more damage cap and damage only when you equip a sword. So if you're equipping a claw, then you're not going to get that buff. of more damage and damage cap, so think about that. There's a lot of things to think about. I'm going to say so far that I think Vergil's a lot more confusing, a lot more difficult to use than Shift Baland. Shift Baland is just so easy. He's got so many slayers, does a lot of damage, you just use skills and everything dies. But Vergil's is a bit more complicated, but that can make the unit more fun. The last skill here, basically the same as this, but for a claw, I believe. When physically attacking, enemy defense minus 20% deal damage. That's active all the time. Then when you have the SDT buff, you get 50% damage and 20,000 damage cap when you have a claw. So I guess that kind of makes up for it, right? Well, it's down to you really, of do you have good claws or do you have good swords? Well, I'm personally going to say sword, because there aren't as many claws. There's only really one Godforged claw, I think. Well, one non-attribute claw that I can think of. The Godforged one, that's pretty good. But you could use a claw, but I don't see a reason to why you would want to. You could use either, I guess. But there are so many more swords available that it's much better off to use a sword anyway. But his skills look pretty good, it's just I feel like some of these skills could be changed out for something even better. Sword of Lost Souls, yes, but I don't think you need that, because he's already non-attributes. So I would probably go for Muramasa, or we'll look at his page stuff in a bit. But I just feel like some of these skills are a bit wasted, so they could have been better, potentially. Like armor HP plus, I don't think it's going to do anything if you have a claw, and all these, I mean, armor, clothes, stuff, and claws. I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, imagine if this claw skill was replaced for even more damage, you know. Could have been a case, but at least it doesn't force you to use a sword. You can use a claw if you want to, but who would want to, right? So that's Vergil. His credential items, his paid items. Yeah, I haven't looked yet. We'll be looking at that after we've looked at this arc. I'm quite interested, and I did realize I checked the God's Forge, the alchemy, and you can actually get his paid sword to plus 40 for whatever reason. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. I don't know if I like it yet or not, but they're putting paid equipment in the Crimson Ore shop and also in alchemy, which is good and bad, because the good thing is you can buy it with Crimson Ore and you can make the weapons even stronger. Bad thing is it's never worth using Crimson Ore in the first place, which means if you are a pay-to-win player, then you're benefiting more than the normal players, you know. So that's just what I think so far. So new arc looks pretty cool. I wasn't too excited about this when I first saw it, mostly because of the skills. I think the traits do more damage based on how much unit HP is left. I think it means when you have max HP, then you get 25% more physical damage. I think fire and no attribute special damage 40% is pretty good, but that's only special damage, and we've got UR arcs like Eldravana, which gives 120%, so 40% is like nothing compared to that. And you can also put on ultimate boost skills to increase it even more, so that's not really much compared to what we have. Physical attack and special damage cap plus 1,500 enemies with the same type as unit. So this is a very interesting thing, but I don't know if I like it either, because it says same type as the unit. So I think what that means is you have to be, if you're a soldier, you have to be attacking a soldier enemy to be able to get that damage cap. Which is kind of, I don't know, it's good because you get damage cap, but it's bad because it's limited to being the same type as unit. And if you have other UR arcs available, or even other limited arcs that have damage cap, they are going to be better almost all the time. So I would say this arc is only useful for people who don't have any arcs already that give damage cap. If you don't have any arcs that give damage cap, then this is, and this is your only one, then yes, it can be good. But that's pretty much it. You could put mimicry skills on every single mimicry skill, yes, but that kind of wastes a lot of SC that you could be using on more damage and stuff like that. So, kind of requires some setup to use this damage cap properly, but that's why I don't really like it too much, because I'd rather have, we have UR arcs that give 3000 damage cap all the time for one element, or that Arch being El Diviner 6000 damage cap when one weapon is equipped. You know, we got stuff like that. But if you don't have those things, then yes, it can be a good trait. Skills, I wasn't too excited about these skills really. These three skills we've seen many times. Fate is new, physical damage 15% to enemies with the same type as unit can be good. Fate could be good, but it's the same as the trait, you've got to have the same type. The enemy has to have the same type as you, so you could try it in arena if you really want to, but is it worth it? Maybe, because probably most units are human type anyway, but it could be good. It could be good situational skill that could be good, but right now it requires a lot of setup, and I personally like having a build that I don't have to change, so I probably wouldn't use this that much. Auto speed is the first time I've seen it, which is good. Auto speed is good. 6 SC, you get continuous speed effect, which is good. That's pretty nice to have. And no attack critical raise is okay, because it's the first time I've seen it on an arc, I believe, but the only thing is I wouldn't use it ever, because it's too expensive. I would never use this, I would never equip this on a unit because 12 SC is just not worth it, but auto speed potentially could be good, because I like going fast. We've got fast speed, but auto speed, if you're going on long battles and you need the speed, then could be good. It's not bad. Fate is not bad either, but it's nothing crazy for skills. It's nothing like phone booth and stuff like that, which we'll get to soon. Arcade Reward is actually not bad, I think. It's a sword, non-attribute, strength and ints, and you get slightly boosted physical attack damage based on ints, so this is kind of like a Thaumaturgy ring on a sword, which is good, because we rarely see that. We've only seen it on a staff before, from Dr. Stone collab. So I think this sword can definitely be very strong on certain units. I don't know if you have those units right now, but in the future, for units that use swords and scale off of strength and int, I think this sword's going to be very strong. So I think the main thing about this arc is probably the Arkeeper rewards and potentially some skills. The trait, if you don't have many good damage cap arcs or any, yeah, it could be decent on Joker. And it's also a non-attribute sword, so I think it's a pretty good sword. So that's what I think of the arc. I don't think it's that exciting of an arc for me anyway. I think Vergil's more exciting, but I would kind of like the arc for the Arcade reward, because that could be very good. I can see that being quite strong on certain units. We don't have many right now, but in the future it could be good. And Vergil just looks great, which you're going to have to do more testing, so that's those two things from part 1. Let's look at trading space. I haven't seen the paid equipment yet, so I'm quite interested to see what they are, because if they're really good, I'm going to get both. And there's also this, which I'll talk about in a bit after I've talked about paid equipment stuff, because that's quite interesting. Now the event, I've already farmed some of it. I can already get these 5 tickets, which I'm going to do. Make sure to farm this event, because you get free tickets, and also prisms, and a lot of materials that you need, so make sure to do that. There are a lot of good materials. Pretty good event. for materials, and this is a rerun event, not as many good things in this one compared to the other one, but if you're missing any of the rerun units from Devil May Cry 5, then definitely farm this event too, because you can get these tickets and hopefully get something. But for me, who has pretty much everything, well, will have everything, it's not very good, because I can't really get anything new from that. Now let's look at Vergil's paid equipment. Now this is interesting. I don't know what they're going to be. Let's look at sword first. Non-attribute sword, hooray. The trait, when only one weapon is equipped, no attribute damage, 20% damage cap 2000. Pretty good with getting damage and damage cap, so that's pretty good. Special restores 1 SCT stock all skills. That's pretty good too, but I was thinking that I wasn't really going to use a special much, because his special activates his SDT buff, and his SDT buff is not going to be as good as his doppelganger buff. So yes, it can be good, I can see that being good, but I think the main thing here is probably the damage and damage cap you're getting. Special restoring SCT stock is not bad, especially if you need that SDT buff and you're using it. It's pretty good. A decent sword, I would probably get it, definitely, for sure. And his cloth, I have no idea what it is, haven't seen it yet. Good stats. Chance to nullify physical and magical attack damage taken. It's pretty nice. Boss wave start, special gauge 25% and damage from bosses minus 10%. It's pretty good. I think we don't have that many good cloths really, so I think this is pretty good. You're getting more special gauge on a boss wave, and you take less damage from bosses, so I think it's going to be good, but nothing amazing like extra skill stocks, but I'm not complaining because I think they're pretty good. I think I would rather get the sword first, because I just prefer the damage and damage cap overall. I think that's more valuable than this cloth, unless you have, if you have literally no good cloths at all, then probably get the cloth instead, because you need at least something on there, right? But I'd rather go for the sword, personally. The cloth, I'll have a look at my cloths once we get to it. Probably once we are looking at Vergil later on, but just to see what stuff I have. So they're not bad. Let's look at the missions, because there's a few things I want to look at. So we get this for free. Make sure I get that right now. I'm glad they did this. I'm surprised they did this. I didn't think they would. But you get that ticket, and then you can go here and trade it for anything you want. So first things first, if you don't have mobile office, then get it right now. What you're doing, that's the first thing you should get. If you already have mobile office, then the second thing you should get is V, because he's also valuable. That's the only two good things I can see from this. I'm missing mobile office, that's the only thing I'm missing, so I'm getting that right now, because I've been wanting this arc for such a long time. It's the only thing I'm missing. So now I've got everything from this collab, at least from Devil May Cry 5. Finally. Because Purple Orb is, this arc is just so valuable. The fact that we get it for free is just crazy. Purple Orb is the main thing. Phone Booth is also very good. Very good arc. It's not bad either. But yeah, that's the first thing you should get. If you don't have it, is get this arc, because it's going to be more valuable. It's going to be the most valuable thing because it lasts forever. Because you've got learnable skills to use on any future unit you want. Next, if you already have Mobile Office and V, then probably get the other limited arc. If you've already got that, then probably Nero. Dante's the last thing you want, because I think he's the least he's not. He's probably the worst unit in this collab, I think. Probably most people think that. Nero was incredibly good in Arena when he came out. He was probably a top tier Arena unit when he came out. Right now, he's not, but he's still decent. His damage is pretty good, especially on his skill 2, but that's really my advice on that, is just get that mobile office arc. If you don't have it, you need it. It's very good. Don't underestimate it. If you already got it, then get V. That's pretty much it. Because everyone that has V has been using him since this collab first released, and it's been like a year or so. I still use V. I'll show you why. This team right here for farming, yes, you just build him as a Thunder DPS, charge his skill 1 as soon as possible, you put in a bunch of Thunder damage skills and things like skill charge 1, skill stock 1, a lot of damage, and this can be your fastest clearing unit for Imperial Guard Commander 3. So he's pretty valuable for farming, incredibly fast, and he's also good for elements. Incredibly good unit still, which is surprising, but I think that's everything. Let's collect these. Might as well, and then I guess we'll do summons next, which is worrying. I really just want Vergil. If we can get the Ark 2, then that'd be nice, but I don't desperately need it, so I'm not going to go hard for it. I'm just going to go until we get Vergil and any paid equipment that I would like, depending on how it goes. And if you're not sure who to get, if you're not sure what you want, then wait for part 2, because there's Nero. We don't know anything about him yet, but I personally don't see how Shift Nero can be any better than Vergil, because non-attribute DPS units are so valuable. So I don't know what Nero's going to bring. I don't really know. We're just going to have to see. Wait and see, so that's what I recommend. But if you really want Vergil, just go for it. There's also these banners, but I probably wouldn't recommend those. Unless you're missing both V and the Ark, the mobile office Ark, then don't go for this. If you don't have both of them, then you could do a few pulls on this if you want, until we get whatever, because you could get lucky, and there's still decent enough units, and also we've still got Thouser and Melee banner right here, so there's a lot of banners on right now. I would probably recommend Vergil first of all, because non-attribute DPS, if you don't have one, you kind of need non-attribute DPS, because in some content it's just incredibly good, and you can use them anywhere almost. Let's start off with the step gacha. After the first lap, we're going to use our tickets. That's my plan. So I just really want Vergil, because he looks amazing. How early can we get Vergil? We got pretty lucky with Thouser, we got incredibly lucky with him, so imagine step 1. Nah, it's never gonna happen. Chances, it's only 2 summons. It's only 2 pulls. I don't know why there's a red here. It's not new. Getting a red on literally the first summon is kinda lucky, but it's nothing new. And I just want to say something, is that if it's new, there's a few things I'm missing from this gacha. I'm missing the 2 latest SSR permanent arks, so if they show up, I'm gonna be real disappointed. The rear again, probably blue, yep, this one's a skip. No reds here. I'm gonna try and hopefully get lucky with this. I don't want to do the whole step because it's just a lot, you know, so many paid crystals. I don't want to do that, but that's the last thing I'll do if I have to. I'll be using paid crystals until we either get Vergil or get enough for the paid equipment. And then after that, probably free crystals, because I have some free crystals. Another gold. Could this be another red or not? I'm not saying anything because it couldn't be. It's not been a red before. There is a red. Animation. It's an arc. Could be the limited arc, but at least we know that if it's, I don't know, there's still SSR arcs I'm missing, which isn't one of them. Double-handed boost is going to be very good. You could use double-handed boost on Vergil, so that's a pretty good arc to have. Actually, this arc in general on Vergil was just great. This arc on Vergil is probably even better than the limited arc, not gonna lie. And it's a permanent arc too. Surprising. Let's do like 1 or 2 temples here. And then we'll use tickets. Because I want to be doing a few paid crystals summons anyway for at least the paid sword. At least. We need to get lucky right now. Any luck? One animation, 2. Of course there's a red. How many reds? Oh, that's just disappointing. It's the arc. That's a weird temple, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty happy about this though. It's not Vergil, but the arc is more pity than... The arc is more worth than a unit because it's got a higher pity than a unit. And you could always pity unit from Step Gacha, you can't do that with arcs, so that's okay. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. What I was interested in is there's no golds in here whatsoever. There's zero golds in that temple. How often does that happen? I don't know why they have those animations. Okay, I think I'm gonna use tickets now. I'm gonna use these and just skip them because I don't care what we get here. Because I have everything. I have, I think 19 part 1 tickets. You're a troll. Game is trolling. I'm not mad. I'm mad. A little bit. A little bit. Let's use, I've got 18 of these. Let's use 8 first. And then the temple. I didn't look at the probabilities of these tickets. But I think it's the same as the Step Gacha and the normal Gacha, right? I believe it should be. Come on, get Vergil from his tickets, I dare you. I hope so. If I get a limited arc before Vergil, I'm gonna be, I don't know, I'm not gonna be happy. At least there's 1 animation there, 2 animations, 3 has to be a red when you give me 3 animations with a Thuria and a gold. I don't understand this game sometimes. I don't understand the summoning animations at all. I don't understand it. This one's probably going to be nothing if it's a blue. Yeah, this is skip. Nothing. Tickets are worse than actual crystals. We all know that. I think I've already gotten all the tickets that I can from this event. At least part 1 tickets, so there's nothing I can get. I can't get more tickets, so now it's all just crystals, which is sad. So we're just looking for Vergil right now, I guess. At least we haven't spent that much yet, right? But I'm still worried. Is this another ticket? No, it's just for Redux. Rubbish. We are at 21, okay, 21 paid credentials, so let's at least do one. I'm gonna do one, or I could do, I don't know how many. If I do 3, then that will give enough for both paid equipments. But I do want to use some free crystals, because I have some of those saved. Maria, don't troll me. Again, please don't. I thought we were friends. Or was it a lie? Going to strike, usually I think that means it's gonna go up. It does. Don't be an ark. Don't be a dupe. Don't be both. It's new, but isn't SSR arc. It's not. That's great. There's Vergil. I'm pretty lucky with these pulls, aren't I? Great summons. That didn't take very long either, so I'm quite happy with that. Well, I was thinking there's a small chance that it's going to be an SSR arc that I don't have. It might happen, it might not. It didn't. I'm glad. Well, we can save these crystals for part 2, can't we? We'll showcase him, we'll build him in a little bit. I'm sure if I was doing these pulls by myself I would have not had as much luck, because everyone else is here. I don't know what I'm saying, I'm just saying crap. Anyway. Yeah, RNG, don't look at my summons and think that I'm incredibly lucky all the time, because it doesn't always happen. You've seen when it's gone wrong. Many times, trust me, always happens. So here's the question: is I could go for both of these, but is it even worth it? Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to go for both of them yet. I'm just going to get the sword first. I'm going to get the sword now, because I think it's the best thing to get. And now the cloth. I'm not going to get this yet. I'm going to have a look at what clothes I have. If I go in my wardrobe and just check. And if I don't really have anything good to use, then I'll go for that, but I would rather just save them for part 2, just in case Nero is incredibly good, or the Ark is incredibly good. It could be potentially, that rhymes. Anyway, let's go have a look at Vergil and the Ark, because that's exciting. So he is down here, with all the other Devil May Cry units. And the Ark, okay, here's a problem. So obviously, you guys are going to want to see me level this up. Probably. But I really need to level up this Ark first. Because this is more important. So I'm leveling this up to level 10. And the other Ark can wait, because Purple Orb is so good. I want to teach that on as many units as I can. Especially Lukel. That would be great. I don't know how many pulls we did in total, but it didn't feel like that many. The tickets were terrible. You saw that. Tickets, no reds at all. Crystals, a lot of reds. Now it changes to red souls, which is perfect. And we have no information on part 2, so probably wait for that just in case. The Ark could potentially be good. Yeah, mobile office, I've been waiting for this Ark for like over a year. Ever since it came out. When it came out, I didn't think it was any good. Reason being is because I thought purple ore was too expensive, and I didn't have honey elixir at the time. That was the main reason, because I didn't have honey elixir and I was free to play at that time. That's why I didn't go for this arc specifically. I tried to do as many summons as I could, but I got everything apart from that. And you know, trying to get a specific arc when there are 3 rate up units and 2 rate up arcs in the same banner is incredibly difficult, so I didn't want to push my luck anymore. Because I kept getting Dante dupes. The last thing I got was a Nero, which was lucky, because he was pretty good. Anyways, that's level 10 now. And I guess we'll level this up as much as we can too, but we're not going to be able to get it to level 10. Main thing I'm excited about this arc is RQ for rewards. I'm excited to use this on, I don't know if it's a Thaumaturgy ring or Thaumaturgy ring plus on the traits. I'm hoping it's a Thaumaturgy ring at least, because it says slightly boost, so I don't think it's Thaumaturgy ring plus like the staff from the collab was, but hopefully this sword trait is not worse than a Thaumaturgy ring. Because if it is, then it's not going to be that great. It's not going to do much, I think. But I think this is the second weapon we've ever got with that on a, you know, trait, weapon trait. Level 6. Still blue souls. This is the last level I can do for now. Auto speed. Now, I know, since I've played Devil May Cry, most of those games, I know where this image is from. This is from Devil May Cry 5, where Vergil and Dante are fighting, and then Nero just awoken his demon form and steps in between both of them because he doesn't want them to fight, because Vergil is Nero's dad, if you didn't know. Good information. Anyway, let's level up Vergil now, because that's going to be fun. I'm going to use another rainbow potion, because I've got 4 still. You should really focus on Hubkeeper a lot more, because it's pretty important. It's quite a good amount of good Arckeeper weapons and accessories. So let's learn everything. What's his ward? Good. Gives damage cap. I love to see that. So, I do have enough materials to get everything, I believe, because I did farm. I have been farming recently. Over the last week or so, I've been playing a lot more. Because, I think ever since I've heard the Devil May Cry was going to have a collab rerun, I've been playing a bit more because I wanted to prepare for it with materials and everything. So I've been doing that. I've been doing some multiplayer too, because there is a new Godforge boss, but when players join with bad units, or just not properly built units, it goes terribly wrong. We end up losing because of bad players. Which has happened a few times. Heroism up 3. I don't remember seeing this in his skills. I probably didn't read it. I don't even remember seeing it. I'm gonna check now, because I'm dumb. Here is a map right there. Yeah, there's so many skills, sometimes I forget them. I'm gonna check probabilities real quick, because I didn't do that earlier. So normal probabilities on this, obviously. No DRH units, because it's collab. And then we've also got this, which is going to be pretty good, because you got 0.8% chance for all 3 units and both arcs, so that's amazing. And then we've also got tickets, which should be the same, which they are. Amazing. I have literally hardly any souls left. Could be a problem. Let's learn the rest of the skills. Giant killing 2, I love it. I'm quite interested to see his maximum, well, mostly his DPS and maximum damage cap, especially with double ganger. Just gonna be pretty good. I think I did work it out, and I think his skill 3 can do like 1.5 mil damage with double ganger, and I don't know with what boosts I had on there, but it's pretty good. David's sword. So people were thinking, is Vergil going to be a shift of V? Because technically V is Vergil, but he's his own unit, which makes sense, kinda. I guess I didn't really want to spoil it, maybe. So, anything else? I think, yep, illusion. I don't think I saw any sword boost or claw boost apart from those two-handed boosts. So, make sure to put those on. Make sure to learn those if you're using a sword or a claw. You're gonna need those boost, weapon boost. I'm definitely going to be putting on sword boost and high boost. I don't think I'm going to use a claw ever on this unit. I'm only going to use a sword. I don't see a reason to use a claw when I got his paid sword. You know, that's everything. Let's awaken, might as well. And we'll do 5th enhance. Not bad. We'll do 5th enhance once we get to it later on. I think most people was expecting Vergil to be an ice DPS. I thought he would too. I really wanted to be a single wield ice DPS unit because we don't have one. But single wield non-attribute works too, I guess, because it makes it even more valuable. Let's look at equipment. You can get prisms from the event. I'm not going to be going for those. I'm trying to spend less on this game. Let's look at weapons. So obviously, if you're equipping, you can only re-equip a sword or a claw, because otherwise you're going to miss out on a lot of damage. So I probably recommend a sword. There are a lot of options, same options as always. Muramasa is going to be his probably highest damage sword. This one's pretty good too, and that's the best ones really. And claws, the one I was thinking of earlier was where I think it was this one, yeah. This claw could be very good on Vergil if you want a claw, but I think a sword is going to be better overall, because Muramasa's got more damage. let's just, obviously we're going to go for his paid sword, because that's pretty good. Yeah, 2000 damage cap. And 20% damage. I've seen paid swords, paid weapons in the past, which have given damage cap, but don't give damage. This one giving damage and damage cap, we haven't seen many of those, I think. Now, obviously you're not going to equip dual wield, so you're going to need a cloth. You can only equip cloths anyway, or clothes. Funny. Now, I didn't get his paid clothes, so let's have a look at what there is. There's probably not going to be many DPS, anything that gives damage. I think there's one I'm thinking of which is decent, but it's down here somewhere. This one, I think this is probably one of the better ones you can use if you don't have his paid clothes, which is weird to say, but I'm probably going to use that because I don't think there's really anything else. Obviously you could put something on for more damage if you really want, but I don't think they're that amazing. Yeah, there isn't really any good clothes from my wardrobe that I would put on. I think it's only that one that I showed, this one that I'd put on. I think that's probably one of the better ones to put on him. But for most people, probably just put any clothes on that you have skill damage or something like this. These are probably from collabs and events and stuff. If you have any of those, then put those on because it gives a little bit more damage. Berserker King cloth, which one is that? Also, there may potentially be some Godforged clothes that I don't have yet. So I kind of want to check that. Blaze suits. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at that. I'm gonna do that now. Because I don't have everything Godforged because I'm lazy and it's boring, which is fair. So Godforge. Yeah, here's the paid weapons and stuff in here. There's so many things. No. That's... I mean, it's nothing crazy. The trait I'm not really excited about. Boost strength as HP decreases. I guess it's good, but the only thing is it doesn't mean you take less damage. That one is not really great. I don't think there's really any good cloths, good clothes that are Godforge that I can see. I would probably personally use the one that I'm using right now. Yeah, it's nothing crazy. Let me look at the other things while I'm here. So, by the way, if you didn't know, you can do this. Vergil's sword. Plus 40. I know. Weird, right? Let's do that. I think it only just increases stats. It only really increases strength by 40, which doesn't really do anything. I don't think it's going to change the trait to anything better, it's just the stats, which is... What's the point? There's no point. This takes a while because it's loading all of those levels that I just did. Now, I don't think you could do anything else with that. Now, the rest of them, you can also do Vergil's coat, which, what stats does it give it? Defense. Chance to nullify. I do like nullifying, but I'm not going to go for that. Wait. I think this is the event accessory, and probably that one too. Well, getting them to plus 40 doesn't really do much, just increases the stats a little bit. So, might as well do it, because why not? Let's get back to Vergil's equipment. Now he's got enough strength to have 2000. Yeah, now it's high strength, that's pretty much it, nothing else. Accessories, the same thing as usual. I don't really need to talk about these again, but, you know, same thing as always. Use non-attributes, and equip sword and claws, so I would definitely use this. The best accessory, one of them, really good. And now the second accessory, probably just the minute for relief, you know, because it's pretty good. And now we've got movement speed from here, movement speed from here. Good movement speed. He's probably going to be pretty fast. So I'm going to be equipping these. This is probably going to be my build for the moment. I don't know if I'll change it. Potentially. Obviously for maximum damage you could put on this, which is a good option if you're hitting good damage, but I'm not going to do that for now. I'm just going to keep those on. And let's switch over to the Steam version and I will start learning things. Whatever. Now you can see my beautiful artwork that I did in the background. Looks lovely, I know. I just quickly stuck two pictures together just to make it look nice as a background. That's pretty much it. Because I didn't want it to be the same background. Let's learn this. Let's open this. And because the Steam runs a lot better. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to teach him Honey Elixir first. Why is it not aligned on the screen? I didn't do that. Where's the button? There's too many things open. Go away. There you go. Transform, fit screen. Let's go to teach him Honey Elixir, because that's gonna help. I think I'm gonna do this from now on, is just teach him Honey Elixir. That's the first thing I want to do, because kind of need to do that. So that I can showcase them by themselves. And then Purple Orb's gonna be fun once we get to that. I want to learn that too. I really want to learn that on many units, but not yet. I always get mixed up where it is because it's an SSR arc. Let's just go to the bottom. Good enough. Anyone else that I need to learn things on? Here's a good idea. If you have Nero and you're planning to get his shift form, then start teaching things on him. Because since he's a shift unit, he's gonna have everything learned already. So I'm gonna do that. Just learn anything random. Anything kinda useful. Not really, I think I have most things already. Awaken, sure. I'm just gonna go. And then we'll try him out after this.
Let's have some fun.
Fastest way to do this. Let's just use Nero. Oh, go away. I don't like your stupid magic. Skill 2. His skill 2 is just so good. Very good. It hit for 39k. So Nero is still pretty good. In the videos that they uploaded, it did say that they were getting buffs, but they've already gotten the buffs. So they're not changing. They're just showing what they did change. I don't know why they showed that. They got buffs ages ago. Okay, now let's do showcase by himself with what arc. Well, clearly, I'm just gonna quit that just to show it. And then we'll go, let's try this out, because I haven't tried them yet. Now, there's gonna be a slight problem with this, and I already noticed the problem, so I'm gonna change that problem and solve it just to save time. And that problem is, if you use double ganger, you have no MP left for honey elixir. So let's fix that by going to the arc that I've already missed. No, to get Goddess Kiss. And now that problem is no longer. Goddess Kiss on a non-attribute unit is just so good. I've seen Shift Balins get 999 MP
Let's have some fun.
from Goddess Kiss. It was pretty funny. Nero's fun. I hope Shift Nero's like this Nero because he's just good. He's good. Okay, that's the things we needed. Now I want to try him out because I haven't tried him yet. It's going to be interesting. I want to know, how long does the buff last? Probably 40 seconds or so. Hopefully not 10 seconds. Like we've seen with Summer Leona. That was a bit disappointing that it was only for 10 seconds or so. Let's just use a bunch of these for now. 40. There we go. Now let's try them out. Because I thought that Vergil wasn't going to be that great of a unit until I saw his doppelganger skill. Doppelganger skill just changed it completely, in my opinion anyway. So, normal stage. I think we've got everything. Yep, let's go. I'm going to be using this arc even though it's not the best one, just to show it anyway. So my plan, I'm going to use honey elixir first. His skill stocks are 522, which isn't bad. Now let's get some MP back. Already done. I guess we'll show off the skills right now and then use doppelganger. That sounds fair. Skill 1 is 8, which is pretty good. Skill 2 is 11. There you go. I got flinched first time. That didn't get all the hits. I saw that. There you go, 19. Perfect. Let's just use this again if I can. I think they're all going to die before I even... Okay. Yeah, they're all going to die before I even get a chance to do anything with doppelganger, and I can't even use honey elixir because they're going to flinch me. Never mind. Let's just finish them off and I'll do it again with doppelganger. Yeah, they're dead. His skill 1 seems like very spammable. Let's try doppelganger. Obviously he's not going to hit damage cap yet, but this is base skills at 4th and arts, so it's not bad. And with an arc level 8, which isn't even good for him, I think. Let's go with the this, make it even better. I mean, that doesn't really increase his damage, which is what we need, so it's not really going to do anything, is it? I guess it's fine. Let's do that again, but I'm going to use double ganger this time. I want to know how long the buff is. I would expect it's going to be 40 seconds or so.
Let's have some fun.
Get MP back. Give me MP. His normal attack's pretty good too. Hey, almost. There you go. Doppelganger. So there's doppelganger, double skill hit count. I want to know how long the buff lasts, but I don't want to sit around and wait. Let's just use skills and watch. Oh god. It's gonna be deadly. Oh no. Where's the boss? Well, damage is too much damage. I like skill 1. It's spammable. Huh. Well.
This barely even counts as our warm-up.
I think it looks pretty good. I still want to know more about doppelganger and stuff like that, but let me try with someone else to make it more fun. I haven't tried this special out yet. We'll do that in a minute. I just want to, you know, I know you already know what I'm going to do. I just want to group them together and use a skill 3. Just for fun, really.
Let's have some fun.
There you go. It doesn't take much to cast. Casting speed on that's pretty good. Let's use this. Now skill 3. My ears. Okay, well, that's a lot of hits. I think that so far that seems like it's just outputting so many hits at a fast speed that it's going to be pretty good DPS, I think. So far, it looks like. Well, let's try the normal team I do for testing. I don't really have any supports available right now, so I can't really use a support, so I'm just gonna go with not the best setup, but this would be good enough for a showcase anyway. Good enough. I just want to see the damage now. And then we'll probably start going over to 5th enhance and check stuff, I guess. So, Honey Elixir, Doppelganger. Great War Ruin. Usual special. Hopefully this should be doing pretty good damage now. Okay, wait. Theophilus. I need to prepare my ears for this one. Yep. Ow. That's... How many hits? That seems like that's gonna lag my phone game. I don't know what to say about that. You know, it's... Obviously it doesn't, it's not 1 skill 3 to kill them all, but it's I'm gonna do it one more time with Icy Guardian because that's fun too. I'm gonna do it one more time. This is just base skills. Yeah, the sound it makes when using a skill 3 is just quite fun. Let's do it better this time. I'm gonna make sure we use specials first. There we go. Yeah, that damage is so good. I'm wondering what his damage is going to be like once he's fully built. Can he reach damage cap without slayers? Is what I want to know. Here we go. Now, prepare your ears. This is going to be even more hits. Ah. I feel like some of the hits are missing. I think they are. Definitely seems like it. Which could be a tiny problem. But doesn't matter too much because he's already got so many hits anyway. Well, this already seems pretty fun, not gonna lie. And he's not even built yet. So, yeah, that seems pretty good. How would I compare him to a Balin's? Well, I'm gonna show you. And by doing that, I'm gonna showcase Balin's just to show his damage when he's fully built. Compare his DPS just for fun, because you might like to see this. I don't think Balin's is for DPS. Well, the fastest DPS. I think he's good for damage and surviving against bosses and boss damage, but is he really? I just feel like Vergil's skills are so much faster. Okay, I'm ready. Theopolis. Okay, well, you see that, right? It's pretty good. Well, this is a fully built Balin's. Obviously, it's a bit of a comparison that I shouldn't be making, but that even uses Charisma too, but I still think Vergil's, you know, got some potential to be even faster once he's built properly, you know. Let's put him back in. I'm probably just going to learn his 5th enhance, but one thing I want to do before I do that is test out his special, because I haven't done that yet. And to do that, best way to do that is use the same team. It's going to be good. I don't expect it to do much damage, but I want to do as much damage as possible, so I'll try. He's not fully awoken yet, but I want to. I don't think Doppelganger is going to affect his special because it only says skill hit counts, so that doesn't apply to his special because it's not skill. Eldravana for more. Ow. Right, and I just want to see how much this does. Probably didn't need to use that. It's too late anyway. Let's use this because I want to show it anyway. It's pretty cool. Probably gonna skip the animation most of the time anyway, but it's not bad. Yeah, it doesn't do that many hits. Now this is without Doppelganger. It's still pretty strong. 73, 70k. Wow. Oh yeah, that was after I used the special, so we had the SDT buff. I should have checked that. I think I'm gonna think this. I think potentially with the SDT buff he could be similar to Shift Balin in terms of DPS, but when Vergil has his doppelganger buff, he's probably gonna be even higher DPS. I haven't actually checked that. I'll check that now. I don't know how many I did in total, but it wasn't that many. It was like 40 or so, I believe. I got the Ark too, so it was pretty lucky. This one. 32, not including tickets. With tickets, plus 18, so 50 summons in total, which is pretty good, because, you know, on average it's going to take around 120. So I'm happy with that. Another 1,000 crystals for me. Amazing. Anything else? What do we do next? Well, probably teach him 5th Enhance now. Probably next thing to do. I really want to try him out in Arena as well, but we're not going to be able to do that because I need to teach him everything. That takes some time. His crit rate seems pretty good, by the way. Let's do 5th Enhance now. I have all the materials. Thankfully. There's no time for doubt. I know what must be done. Kill everything. So you kind of got to be careful about his using his special and his doppelganger buff, because when you can only use this when you don't have SDT buff, and when you use SDT buff and you have doppelganger active, then it's gonna remove the doppelganger buff. So what I would probably do is never use his special until I've already used his doppelganger buff and it's run out of time, however long that is, probably 40 seconds. Let's learn the rest of the skills. It depends on your account overall, but Vergil definitely seems like he's going to be a top unit in my opinion. I think he's one of the better units that we've gotten recently. I think he's at least going to rate a little bit higher than the most recent units in my opinion, because he's similar to Shift Balin's. By what I mean is they are both a single wheeled non-attribute unit, non-attribute DPS. We don't get many non-attribute DPS units, so they're quite valuable already, even if they're bad, it doesn't matter. And he also has super armor, so he can't get flinched when using most of his skills, which is amazing. So I definitely say he's worth getting. If you're missing, if you don't have any good non-attribute DPS units like Shift Balin's, then I highly recommend to get Vergil, because you kind of need a very good non-attribute units, because they're just so good. Even if you already have Shift Balin's like I do, I think Vergil's still going to be a good unit to have. Is he going to replace Shift Balin's? Definitely not, because Shift Balin's has many slayers. He's probably a lot easier to use, I think. And I don't know the DPS yet, but I think Vergil's going to be pretty good and pretty fun. If you have everything to make him good, he's just going to be great. I don't know how good yet, but I know he's going to be very good. I think that's all the skills learnt. But if you're not sure who to get, then just wait for part 2, because we've got plenty of time. You might as well wait. I know you probably want them now, but patience helps sometimes. Obviously, I'm going for Vergil. I got Vergil because I really wanted him, even if he was going to be bad. You know. So that's his 5th Enhance. Let's try it out. See the difference in damage, I guess. I kind of want to learn Purple Orb already. I'm hoping the part 2 unit is going to be pretty good, but in my opinion, I don't see how the part 2 unit can be any better than the part 1 unit. because Vergil just seems very good. How are they gonna top that? I don't know. It's gonna be quite hard to do that. From the looks of it, Shift Nero looks like a fire or ice just because I go by the colours all the time. So let's get some MP back and then use Doppelganger just to try this out. I hope he's fire. We haven't had many fire DPS in a while. That takes literally no time at all to cast that. Look at this damage. I love it. That's so good. He's not hitting much damage on his normal hits though, that's the problem. A big problem. In my opinion anyway. I can't say he's better than Balin, no. But they're different units. They're a bit similar. A lot of people are probably going to be saying the same thing. Comparing him to Shift Balin's, I know. Well, Vergil just came out. In my opinion so far, I think Shift Balin's probably the better unit. But Vergil might have higher DPS potential because he's got faster skill animations, incredible hit counts. I think Vergil's going to be high DPS, but I probably prefer Shift Balin's. Yeah, people compare units all the time, it always happens. Even if you tell people not to compare units to certain units, like, I don't know, people started comparing, you know, remember Logzaeus? People compared him all the time to all the other units, you know. Now people don't even mention Logzaeus anymore. He's just non-existent. People don't even think about him anymore. I haven't even heard anyone mention the name Logzaeus in ages. Because he's just a bit... He's old unit now. Well, I think I've done all the showcasing I could, mostly. Let me do another showcase with maximum stuff. I admit, when I first saw Vergil's video and I saw he was a single-wheeled non-attribute unit, I first thought of Shift Balin's too, but what's different between them is he's got Doppelganger. That's the main difference, in my opinion. This is what's going to make him good, and his hit counts and everything. Proud Force, I haven't really looked too much at that, really, and he's not really properly built. He's just base skills at 5th Enhance, apart from the Goddess Kiss and Honey Elixir, because that doesn't increase damage, so it's acceptable for the showcase. Yeah, I think that's also a good point, is that Shift Balin's going to heal more, because he scales off of Mind, and Vergil doesn't. I've got Shift Balin fully built. 2600 Mind is just a lot. Obviously he's going to do a lot more healing. I haven't really looked at the healing yet, but let's try this. I think Vergil's normal attack seems pretty good.
Let's have some fun.
Especially for getting MP back, it's going to be perfect. I still wish he had Slayers. If he had the same Slayer as Shift Balin's, if he had all those Slayers, it would have been just amazing. But he doesn't have any. Once I fully build him, I'll probably come to a conclusion. That's going to take some time. I usually do the building in my own time, because otherwise it's going to take too long. Doppelganger. Now let's try this. I guess I can look at the healing amounts. 400. That was almost one skill 3 to kill them all. That's so many hits. That's going to lag my game, I tell you that, it's going to. 100%.
This barely even counts as a warm-up.
I wonder... Do you think Icy Guardian's going to be an even higher DPS than Eldravana, potentially. Well, I'll give it a go, but I don't think it's going to be much of a difference. Part of me, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about V2 to show him off a little bit, just to help people out a bit. I mean, there's probably going to be some videos out already, or people probably know, but not everyone. Let's do the same thing we did last time, but this time it's with Icy Guardian. I wonder if Icy Guardian gets double the hits. I don't think it does. That would have been a problem, because it would have been too good, but... Okay, 1 skill 3, go. Oh, it didn't. It works. Wow, okay. That's a lot of damage. That's something that Shift Balin couldn't do. He took 2 skill 3s, I believe. Almost 1. That's so many damage numbers. I couldn't really pay attention to what was going on with the numbers, but here's the thing. Vergil has a lot of crit rate. He's got auto critical up 3, he's got critical raise as well, and he's got crit from Doppelhander. Instant strike is good for crit damage, and favoured sword, none of that crit rate though, but he's got pretty good crit rate, so yeah, his Icy Guardian against these enemies was definitely doing more damage, I can tell. Well, I don't know what else I can showcase, but I guess I can showcase when he's not using Doppelganger, so I'm going to use his SDT buff instead. It's not going to be as good though. And I also want to see how long it takes for the Doppelganger buff to disappear, because I don't know. I'm assuming 40 seconds.
Let's have some fun.
So the plan for this is to use his special to give him the SDT buff. Now this isn't maximum damage capped, by the way, I'm just showing this because it helps give Vergil more damage to reach the damage cap. I could have a Sarah on, but I don't have any supports available right now. So the plan is just use a special.
I'll cut you in two.
Yeah, it doesn't really do very much, does it? Now he's got SDT buff, Sin Devil Trigger, if you didn't know what that meant. And now we can finish him off and see the damage numbers. 80 to 94, I saw a 94k. Why did you steal the spotlight, you stupid expert? You ruined it. Why did you, how did you kill him? I was doing so much damage and you just shoot him with a water gun or something, and I don't know. Anyway, you can see it's still pretty good with the SDT buff, but problem is when you don't even have one of those buff active, he's going to be lacking in damage. If you don't have Doppelganger or SDT buff active, he's not going to do very much. Let's go back to just him by himself. And I want to know how long the Doppelganger buff lasts. I already kind of know the answer because I'm guessing it's going to be 40 seconds. Most buffs are. Imagine if it was continuous, already enough MP. Okay, I'm going to do a timer, I think. I'm going to cast it and see how long this takes. This may be a little while, but you know, it's worth doing because I like testing this stuff. Look at them dancing. can't even touch me. So it's 15 seconds, it's still going. I'm gonna guess 40 seconds. How long do you think? It's been 20 seconds, it's probably 30 seconds. I think it's 30 seconds. It's gone. Yeah, it's 30 seconds. It's 30 seconds. Now the buff is gone. Now the buff's gone, he's not gonna be able to use it again. Even if I get enough MP, you can see he's not gonna be able to use it again because it's only once per wave. And now his damage is not very high, you see. It's still pretty fun. But yeah. The problem I'm seeing is 13k on a normal hit's just not very much. He's kind of relying on those crits. Yeah. Doppelganger is 30 seconds. Write that down. Or just keep a note of it. Because, it's probably enough time to do enough damage to any boss, I guess. Well, no, here's the thing. It doesn't say, it just says it doubles skill hit count, it doesn't say it decreases damage. So it doesn't decrease damage. This skill is pretty broken. You're doubling your hit count of your skill 3, which has 19 hits already. And he's a single wield DPS. Non-attribute. Yes, it sounds broken, it is broken. Now, I definitely want to try him out in Arena, but I can't do that yet. Because I need to build him properly, which I usually do in my own time, because otherwise it can take ages. Because I need a load of skills. Anything else I should show? I don't know. Well... Well, so far, I think he's pretty good. A lot of hits. So many hits. He melted those. Did a lot of melting. I guess I could try and learn skills just to make this stream longer, but it's not going to be very interesting. I just want to talk about stuff. I guess I can go over V just quickly, because I'm one of those. If you just got V and you don't know how to use him, just copy some of this stuff that I'm using, basically. I remember when V came out, people were complaining that why the hell is a skill 1 a thunder attack? I know it's dumb, but that's the main reason why he's good in the first place, is because of skill 1. So you want to build thunder damage if you want him to be a good fast clearing for content. Master Thief is good for more items and is kind of perfect, really. You need skill charge 1, skill stall 1. Sin Devil trigger, I haven't tested that, but I can do that now because I want to test that too. Because that's different from the... So I've confirmed that Doppelganger is 30 seconds. I'm going to assume that the SDT buff is going to be the same, but I'll test it because I will. Most buffs do have a timer. Let me get rid of this.
Let's have some fun.
So I'm just going to test it then. Might as well use honey elixir and stuff. Just so I can kill him afterwards. 8 hits normal attack. That's pretty good. Give me MP, give me MP, give me MP. There you go. Now let's use a special.
I'll cut you in two.
Yeah, Bahamut. I think he's going to be pretty good in that boss.
Ashes to ashes.
So let's start the timer. There you go. I'm gonna guess 30 seconds, same as the other buff, doppelganger. That's my guess. Fun. Yeah, I think he's gonna be very good in Bahamut, but I don't. It takes me a while to learn everything. Tweaks just does it in the first, I don't know, few hours. He's done already. 20 seconds. It's still going. It's longer than 30 seconds. Is it permanent? I don't think so. Is it going to run out? It's running out. It's 40 seconds. It's 40 seconds. And it's gone. Yeah, that's 40 seconds. So, SDT buff, 40 seconds. Doppelganger, 30 seconds. Now let's melt them quickly. Dead. Yeah, you can probably recharge it. I should check that actually. There's a good point, but I can't really test it because they die. The problem is they're dying too quickly. There's no, I wish there was a, they should make a training stage where it's just a punching bag you can go in that has unlimited HP and you can just do whatever you want. They should do that. Let's write it down. Tell someone. They should do that. Yeah, that's the thing. In most cases, the buff is not going to wear out. But in where are we gonna even need that much time for damage? You know, everything's gonna die before you even need more of that. Let's just do this one more time. I want to see what his skill charge, his special charge rate is like. I don't think it's anything crazy.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah, Doppelganger's great. It takes not even 1 second, less than 1 second to use Doppelganger. They're not going to let me use Honey Elixir, are they? Stop poking me. There you go. So I'm going to have a look at his special, and the charge rate of it is okay, I guess, but I think his skill 2 is going to be very good in Arena. Incredibly good. I'm going to build him for Arena at some point. While I'm learning everything, I'm going to learn Arena skills too. Yeah, I think it's not line of sight. I assume it is because it says, so it says long range. Usually long range means you can use it anywhere. Here's a good test. A tank. A tank that can take all the hits while I'm testing it. There you go. Take some hits. I'm pretty sure it's not on its side. I would expect it to be. Right? Yeah. See? I could be over here. Go away. Leave me alone. And I can use it from here. Yeah. Is it gonna be so good in Arena? His skill 2 is gonna be incredibly good in Arena. His skill 1 could be good for backstabs. And his skill 3 is just gonna melt them and can launch them in the air, so I think it's gonna be a good Arena unit. For sure. I think most non-actual DPS units are going to be good in Arena. Yeah, that's pretty good.
This barely even counts as our warning.
Well, I think I've tested him everything that I could, I think. So, I think the next thing to do is just learn a bunch of skills. That's probably what I'm going to do next. Yeah. I'll tell you something. I don't like Crow. I didn't even build him properly because I think he's too slow. I built him eventually, but I don't use him at all. ever really. I thought he was going to be better, but I even got his paid stuff too. He's still good, but problem is Crow is too slow. He's way too slow. Compared to Vergil, he's just gonna melt. Gonna melt everything. I'm gonna start learning things, I guess, because I don't think there's anything else I can do. I've done most of this event. By that I mean I've gotten the tickets from the event. I've done all the stages. So there's nothing else interesting to do really. But for me, I really want to learn a bunch of skills, so I'm going to do some of that at least. Now there's a lot of skills that I need. Which would be the first thing that I would need? Well, good question. Skill 1 breakthrough is interesting. I would probably use it, but Berserker maybe. Let's just start learning things. I don't think I need anyone else to learn anything, do I? No, because I've already done everything, I think. I was hoping there was going to be a shift Dante. He's at plus 12. I personally liked this unit when he came out, because I thought he was kind of like a Divine Beast Ray, you know, in terms of damage cap and stuff, but he wasn't that good, somehow. Let's just start learning a bunch of things, I think, because there's enough people here to stay around for longer. I think the easiest way to do this is just do this, right? Ow. Yeah. The problem is I don't like using Icy Guardian because it just feels like I have UR arks and I'd rather use those, you know? I guess Icy Guardian is more situational. They gotta be weak to ice, I think, to even be good. Or at least low ice resistance to be decent enough. I think Doppelganger, I tested that, it was 30 seconds for Doppelganger. 40 seconds for SDT buff. It should have been the same 40 seconds, but whatever. Awaken is going to be good for Arena. I would definitely put that on. Sword boost, I need that. There's one skill I need too, which is, I'm going to do that now. And that is Doppelhander boost. So, for clearing this, I'm just going to do this. Actually, I don't have it equipped anymore. I should keep it equipped.
Yes.
I'll probably get Purple Orb too. Doppelhander boost is a must, in my opinion. If you have it, it's great. This arc in general is just a very good arc. Especially for Vergil. You get no absolute skill damage, more critical rate, damage cap. I mean, it's not an endgame arc for players that have URs already, but still decent. Next thing to learn is gonna be probably just Purple Orb. Dog Eat Dog for Arena. I always use that skill. I'm just showing my build, aren't I? I shouldn't do that, but whatever. It's a showcase. Doesn't matter. Not really. I mean, not like I'm gonna be using him permanently, am I?
Let's have some fun.
One thing I do want to mention is obviously his Vergil skill 3 is not going to have crazy range like Shift Balin's. Shift Balin can clear waves quite easily because his skill 3 has quite a lot of range to it, a wide area, but Vergil doesn't really have wide area skills. I do have enough Orb recovers, I got too many. This one... Time for... I'm gonna do another test, well, just for fun. I want to put on every single skill stock skill that I can, because I've been wanting to do that. Probably get 4 skill 3s, that'd be amazing. I usually have automel equipped on most units. I might do that. Maybe. Probably will. Actually, I need to do this first, don't I? If I want to learn Purple Orb, I've got to do this. Fine, I'll do it. I'm gonna need more Arkeeper, aren't I? Eventually. As fast as I can. I've got so many of these. I don't think Purple Orb's gonna be in my arena build. I just wanna use it. Especially for boss stages, could be good. In my opinion, I feel like Shift Balin just has so much skills that he doesn't really need anything else extra. I found it hard to figure out what skills I wanted to use on him because he had everything.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah, skill 2 area range, not very high at all. Skill 2 is mostly a single target, I think. I should definitely do sword boost and stuff, that's gonna be good. Yeah, Roy makes everything so much easier. I'm just using arc skills to make it faster. I really hope we get another Roy unit in the future, or at least a unit with a wide enough area, skill 3. We rarely get units that have wide area skills, don't we? We have Roy, and we have Roy, and then another Roy, and maybe a V, and that's it. Sword boost, that's on SSR arks, I know. I'm gonna get those. That's important. Yeah, Roy is just... Why did they make... What went... He must have went through the testing wrong, you know? Like, Spirit Maiden 3 also went through the testing wrong, because they underestimated how good they were. I'm waiting for the next Spirit Maiden 3 unit to outclass 3. Imagine. Oh yeah, probably a game master. So fish. I'm gonna go disappoint everyone. Don't expect Shift Nero to have a skill 3 to similar to what his original form is, because Nero from Devil May Cry 4 doesn't have the like robot arm, so I don't think he even has the Helter Skelter skill in Devil May Cry 4. I don't think so. If that's the case, then his skill's gonna be pretty much quite a lot different, I think. But I'm just saying that. I don't really know what they're gonna do. We have way too many sword units. Too many swords. I guess it's fine. What about bow units? What do I want next? It's a good question, because I don't know anymore. Skill charge skills. Yep. Skill charge 2 for sure. Don't know what I'm doing with Nero anymore, just random arks. Yeah, that would be cool. They could do so many things. They already have done so many things, it's just... Okay. I have a few times, quite a few times. I used to use Roy and probably Magia, either Magia or Shift Eliza, but I don't anymore because I don't know. It's been a bit more ice DPS, I think, or something. There's been other units as well. I'm just having fun with Relenius, in my opinion. He's pretty good. I think I have sword boost and high boost almost. Now I do.
Let's have some fun.
I don't know how your damage is still terrible. There's no explanation apart from, I don't know, game don't like you. Or maybe it's just because I just have so much things that I can use to build units. I don't know how I'm building Vergil yet. I'm just trying to put as many normal skills that I would use for literally everyone. So here's what I'm thinking: sword boost, sword high boost, skill charge 3 and 2, skill stock 2, and a few other skills from like stuff that I've already learnt. And as a Awaken, I should probably teach that to Pirate's Feast. Is a maybe. That's gonna be for multiplayer. If I were to use him as a main multiplayer unit, Roy hurts my ears. If I were to use him as a multiplayer unit, I would definitely put it on. But for the moment, it's not my plan. But I'd probably do that last. Pose of Glory, Sharp Eyes. Good option. I should do that too. I just want to get as much damage as possible, right? And just try him in arena. Because that's fun. What I would do is probably check my build for my current DPS units and use those. Which skill? Berserker, I've already got that. Skill charge 3. Okay. I have plenty of these. Might as well use them.
Let's have some fun.
I don't know anything about the Nero, Shift Nero. I don't want to come to any assumptions, really. I just want to wait and see. Because if I go expecting things, it's probably not going to happen. Happens a lot of the time. People expect units to be really good, and they see what they're like, and they get disappointed, and they don't like them anymore. That's happened so many times. You wouldn't believe how many times that's happened. So many times. Happened with Demon Lord Rimuru, people were disappointed with his skill 3 range, things like that. I don't really know what Nero's skills are going to be, really. I hope they're interesting. I don't know anything about this Nero because Devil May Cry 4 is the only game I haven't played in the series. I've played all the other ones, apart from Devil May Cry 4, because I was going to play it, and I just didn't, because I was doing other things. I think that was around the time that I got PS5, I think. Maybe that's probably why. I was waiting till I got PS5, and then ended up not playing it because I was playing other things instead. I think he's definitely worth... I don't know if he's as good as people expect, but I know he's definitely going to be a good unit. I can't really say much else, I think, but so far he's looking promising, for me anyway. Main reason being doppelganger skill is what really made him good, in my opinion.
Let's have some fun.
When I saw the SDT buff, I instantly thought of Dante, because if Vergil was going to be any similar to Dante, he wouldn't be very good, because Dante's similar, where he has to use a special to get damage caps and stuff. I don't think he needs any of his paid equipments. I had a look at them quite earlier in the stream, but I think they're both decent, they're not bad. I went for the sword instead of the cloth because I prefer the damage and damage cap on the sword. I just think it's a bit more useful for me anyway. Photo of Honor, I want that. The cloth is... I don't remember exactly, but I think that was okay. I personally am not going to get the cloth because I don't see it being worth 6,000 paid crystals. I'd rather save for part 2, just in case. I went for Fowler's paid armor, but I skipped his sword because I didn't want to get both, because I just felt like it's a waste, you know, gonna end up being too much. Most of the time I only really get one of the paid equipments, for now anyway. I will only really get both paids if the summon luck is terrible. Most of the time. Well, at least you didn't reach pity, right? That's a good thing, I guess.
Let's have some fun.
Kind of. I think Vergil is probably worth the pity, but the arc isn't. That's just what I think anyway. Part 2, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say Part 2 is gonna have a better arc, and Nero's gonna be worse than Vergil. That's my opinion so far, but we have no information, that's just my guess. Anything else I need? I don't know. I think I have most of the stuff. Quick trigger. I should probably check. HP ups, potentially. I got so many arcs now. There's so many. Takes a while to go for everything to check. I don't think. I'll probably just go for HP plus 2. I like it. I just like it. See, from looking at past collabs, I think the Part 2 arc has always been better, in most cases, than the Part 1 arc. That's just how it's been, at least, that's what I think. That's happened a lot of the time, and the Part 1 unit has been better than the Part 2 unit. That's been happening recently, quite a few times, but not all the time. It's just random, really, for what happens. I'm hoping. I can imagine the arc in Part 2 having Purple Orb 2 gives 2 skill stocks to every skill. Imagine. Or a skill stock 3. That would just be funny. I don't really know of any collab that I would want, because I think the collabs I wanted have already happened. The collab I wanted the most was probably a Nier collab, and it's already happened. They need to release a skill stock 3, you know they want to. You know they don't want to, but they're going to in the future. It's bound to happen. They got skill stock 1 and 2. Where's number 3? Probably on a UR arc in the future, I bet. I bet. Or a limited arc, one of the two. What if they did a rerun of Nier and they released they did it kind of like the Devil May Cry collab and released units from Nier Replicant? That would be great. Yeah, that would be cool for Arena especially. Yeah, Honey Elixir, I don't know if we're ever going to get that back. That was a once in a lifetime opportunity, I think. Because it was a long time for them to get a rerun of that. I don't know if there's anything else I need. I guess I could start building him and check. That's probably a good idea. Skill stock 2, there you go. Redux Nero. No, not really. If you compare him to new units, he's not really anything good. He's still a fun, decent unit, but he's not worth going for specifically unless you really want him. And there's going to be a Shift Nero anyway, so I don't really see much point. Because the Shift Neros should be better than the normal Nero, unless you're a Millim, then you're not, but that's probably not going to happen. Nero was a very good unit, but I really hope Shift Nero is going to be that good as it used to be. Well, if you have everything already, then you might as well get a Duper V, but it doesn't really matter too much if you have literally everything. I'm going to start building him now for Arena and see where we're at, just so I can get an idea of what we're looking at in terms of skills. I'm not going to be doing too much arena over the past, I don't know, few weeks or so. I'm not going to be pushing or anything, I'm just going to have fun. I feel like arena is just too much of a grind right now. Don't feel like it yet. Let's try this. Keep you on Earth. And let's see what we have here. Rest in peace to Mother Souls. Do I need to do this, or do I not? Because, can't you get souls from the event? I mean, you can, but I'm gonna do 80. Yeah, that collab was very good, you could get so many. I did do the event, I think it's 3 souls per stage, isn't it? About that. Wasn't many. So here's my plan. Obviously for arena you want as much damage as possible. I really want to test him in arena, so I'm going to be doing that. For highest damage, Muramasa, definitely. Probably that. And accessories doesn't really... Probably the same thing, like Equilibrium Sphere and Revive. I always do Revive. Yes. And the skills. Now, Doppelganger you won't be able to use in arena, but I still want to test his skills out to see his damage. You might not do that well, but it's worth a try. I think his skill 2 is going to be incredibly good. But we'll see. I don't even know if I have everything taught. I actually don't. I don't have critical up 2 and 1. I should get that. I should do that. Not yet. No Slayers. These are all the skills that I usually put on all of my DPS units in arena. Surprise attack. I should get backstab as well. Do I want that? Not really. Don't need... Well, it's 10% damage, so... But 6 SC? Maybe. Don't need that. I'm glad I have this skill. I've really wanted this for ages. Already got decoy, that's perfect. So how much SC is this gonna take? 66, and I'm already pretty much done. Really? Well, clearly I'm missing a few things that I don't know what I'm missing yet. I wish there was no attribute drive skills, but there isn't. I wish. Awaken... Well, I guess we're getting close. It's close enough, I guess. I kinda need the critical ups, I kinda want them, so I'll get those. If I compare to my Rimuru builds, just for the sake of checking skills, I still use Rimuru. This is what I was talking about, this guy. Not that, not you, go away. This guy. Because... yeah. Spirit Breath, I need that. I should remember that. Spirit Breath. Don't need dual wield. shop. All the got all that. Besties, that too. I need that. Okay, I think there's only a few skills, and then we'll be pretty much done. At least for arena build. And then we can try out another showcase at some point once we get to that. So besties is, I like it. I always use it in arena. I love it. And crit ups and something else. Spirit breath. Might end up losing, but whatever. It's not like it really matters right now. Can you imagine what if Roy was non-attribute, right? That would have been amazing for arena. A non-attribute Roy. That'd be funny. Well, I guess the reason why Demon Lord Rimuru is good is because he's got more damage depending on weaknesses, I guess, but Roy, non-attribute, yeah, I'll showcase him in arena, that's my plan, but I'm just learning a few skills first. Yeah, I'll make it a bit simple. With V, all you gotta do is just put on any skills that increase damage, and make sure you have skill charge 1 and skill stock 1. You need to have at least 2 of your skill 1 at the start of the battle to be able to, for the auto to use it. So all you really need is good damage skills and good equipment for damage. Probably Bengal of the Master Thief for stealing items, and the skill stock 1, skill charge 1, and that's pretty much it. That's if you want to farm him, use him for farming, which you probably are going to do. Now, which arc is critical up to is something I'll never mind. Critical up 1, 2 SE. I think it's worth putting on, probably.
Let's have some fun.
Also, what you can do is turn V into an ailment abuser unit. Just put on the cactus weapon, make him stun everything. It's pretty fun. I remember doing it against Soul Eater boss. It was fun. There's just so much stun. I don't remember if that was the reason how I won it or what. I don't remember. Actually, it wasn't. I think I used Lagrabos for that or something. I don't remember. But stun cheese is... Don't underestimate the power of ailments. Combo Master... I never really used Combo Master for Arena. It's never really good for that, I think. I don't think we need many more skills. Quick Trigger could be good, but... I could, but I'm not. Let me just find critical up 1 somewhere. I don't remember. There's probably a new arc that has it, right? Good enough. Yeah, that's a good option. His cane and the cactus hammers probably. I don't think there's anything better than that for stun, because his cane can stun, it's just not as common well, it's just has a chance to inflict everything. I remember when V came out, V was the one unit that I wanted. I didn't know he was going to be this good, but he was the one unit that I wanted when he came out, because I wanted ailments. That's the main reason. I didn't even realise that he was going to be a good farmer for with skill 1. I think that's everything. I'm going to leave it with that, I think. I think there's everything learnt that I wanted to. Maybe apart from a few skills like HP up max and whatever, but not gonna worry about that. So let's do this. I could get him to 90 SC, which I probably should do that. I'm gonna do that. And this will be the build for the moment, just to showcase Arena. It's mostly just basic damage skills, I think. Could put aim vitals. Need mimicry fish. Don't need brave. Awaken's useful, but do I need it? Not really. But Spirit Breath. 4 SC left for I don't have a backstab. It's not a big deal. Double Hander boost could be a maybe. Purple Orb I think is not worth for the skill costs potentially, unless I remove Berserker, but I was testing out besties. I was testing out builds for Demon Lord Rimuru. I tried him without Berserker and he just felt like he didn't do enough damage for some reason. It felt like he needed Berserker because he just wasn't doing well with it without it. He was doing better with it. That's just me. Why 1 SC is a pain? 1. Well, I'll be getting a prism eventually from events, so I guess that's fine. So I'm gonna use this for now. I think this is fine for damage. I think so. So I want to see how much damage he's doing in Arena. That's the main reason why I want to do this. Now with Lagrain, remember when I said he wasn't doing very much damage before? Well, that is still the case, it's just that his skill 1 hits so fast that he's kind of a good unit for killing non-tanky enemies, so that's been my plan. What should we spar? Or should we just battle? I don't know. Spar summon over here, tank team, please. Good enough. I think I tried this before. Against a full tank team. Anything... 609, that's not much. Yet. Well, that does kill. The skill 2 is pretty good. Why'd you heal? Well, I'm probably gonna end up backing out of this anyway, but... I'm just showcasing damage against tank teams. Yeah, don't worry about my Linus build, he's kind of a bit good. I can't even get skill in. There we go. I don't know if it's him that's doing damage or Linus. I can't tell. It's difficult to tell. Well, they're dying, but who's killing them? Good question. Well, I think he killed Myron, right? Or was that still Linus? Ruto died from Linus, okay. That must have been a... yeah, 3,000. Not bad. I don't know how many people have been using my build for Linus. Well, I was the one that came up with it, and it's pretty good, but that MP though, I don't really see anyone using it, unless you're using it on the attack team, and I don't know, but I personally love this build. You can't copy it, I'm not showing you, but I'm just saying, it's pretty good. Requires a big investment though, so it may not work for everyone. Should we try a proper team? What team though is a good question. I don't know, I'm gonna... well... I was using Sheila. Before that I was probably using Eliza. What's the plan? 7,000, 8, not 10,000. Is he killing? I think so. He is. Okay. Can you kill a Gorm? You did. Can you not die? Okay, this is not bad, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy about this. Okay, well... okay, for 11,000. This isn't bad, I'm not gonna lie. It's decent damage. It's not the highest damage like a Demon Lord Rimuru, he's a ridiculous, but... I'll try a few more. 18k, that must have been Vergil. I don't expect to win every team, but like this one for example. I mean, I've managed to beat his team on auto many times, but with Vergil, killed Tharia first. Dead. Lagrain. Dead. Gorm. Almost. And then Macass is gonna kill me. I have 2 revives available. 1 revive available. You need a heal. I hate it when the AI doesn't want me to heal. 3 refuses to heal. Okay. There's a problem when I only have skill 1s available, then I can't really do anything. I just spam this. Okay. You're dead. Doesn't matter when you die, when you can just revive anyway. $15k. Well,
This barely even counts as a warm-up.
hit 18k again. Well, here's the thing: is maybe my build could be better because he's only just new. You know, I mean, how could it be better? Good question. I don't know, because I feel like I have a lot of damage skills on him, like a lot. So well, there is one thing I can do which I didn't want to do, but yeah, you hear me? I think this, obviously this is going to give him buffs, right? But it's going to allow him to do more damage. I just want to do this against tank team. Yes, I'm pretty sure I did. I remember putting it on. Yeah. I have all the fish. I'm gonna spar this one because I don't have any hope for this, but let me go against the tank team again. It's probably not going to do anything, but just for fun, if you ever want a unit to do more damage in arena, X bet is your answer.
Let's have some fun.
But obviously I never use this as a proper team. This is just a showcase one unit kind of team. Well, it's not bad. This is a proper showcase. Maximum damage, Vergil. I can't do more damage than this. Well, it's decent. I just personally wouldn't use this team, you know. Example, a few hundred against a Gorm. I like having at least one mage, so I wouldn't use that team, but just to show that, really. Let's do a few more, because I kind of want to get a better feel of this. Oh, really funny. I think using a skill 1 to get behind them first, and then use skills is a good idea. See, she died already. Sometimes I'm confused how Thoria survives so much, and a Sarah. Sarah is just so annoying with tankiness. You see, the healing is fine. Linus makes this a lot easier. Ever wish that time stop didn't exist? Yeah, that was Linus. 4.9k. Linus crazy. Somehow did 25k. I didn't see that. I don't know when that happened, but it did apparently. Probably was against Thoria sometime. I don't know if I want to do this, but I'll do it. I don't know the plan on this one, but oh well. That's not bad. Do I want to go for Gorm? I mean, I can a little bit, but I probably shouldn't. Can you hit them when they're in the air with a skill 2? Seems like a yes. I like his skill 2. I thought it was going to be good for arena, but I didn't quite realise until I needed to test it. Give me heals. That was nice. Now only Gorm's left, so kill. That was pretty good. Was that Linus again? It seems like a yes it was. Damn you. Linus loves killing Gorms. It's his job. Well, also main reason is Linus for killing Mikasa is also pretty damn nice too. Here's the battle you've all been waiting for. Vergil versus Shift's Balins. You've wanted this to happen. You know what's gonna happen. That's because skill 3 is too close range. Kinda need those skill 2s. Like this. He's dead. You're dead. You're dead too. His skill 3 is... Skill 2 is probably his best one for arena. You could probably set him up to auto for skill 2, you know, but he doesn't really have the range, any wide area range on skill 2, it's just a single target. Kill. How much? 20k? Okay, that's some good numbers I like to see. Okay. 23, 29, 31. That's some good damage. 43k. I'm pretty happy with that. See, here's what I'm kind of thinking is like a rain type of build, or well, similar to what I have is, well, Rain has S1 has piercing, so it's not really the same, but you could have Vergil set on auto to use a skill 2 as priority. I don't know how good that's going to be. It's probably not going to be great, because if he's focusing a tank, he's going to do hardly anything, I think. See, I'm going to do it against myself, right? I'm going to do it on auto just to show you what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm just going to get some popcorn and watch this. Well, I'd say that was successful, at least, kind of. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that. Could I? I don't want it on auto. I have a problem with killing Serras sometimes. A lot of the time. When they have too much MP, they don't die. It's a slight problem. as you can see. Maybe not. Okay. Well. Okay. Well. Vergil's working. Okay. I kinda like this. Well, it works. But I don't think he's gonna be for an auto team. I think what most people are looking for are auto units that they can just, you know, leave to attack by itself. They don't need to touch anything. Most people will do that. I guess we'll do this as the last one.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah, that's always a problem when they use a Blizzard and a Mikasa. I'll wait. I can wait. Nice. Go. It works. I kind of like it because I think it's just because he's non-attribute and has a long-range skill too. You know, that's why I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's gonna be anything crazy for Arena, at least so far, but it can work. I'll do the last thing. Go against... what team do you want me to go against? I'd go against a random... I don't know who. Just a random team to lose on purpose. Like this one. I'm gonna lose to give you an example of what it looks like when you're on auto against a top team. There you go. I'm gonna lose this one, I can already tell, but it's a good test to see what auto does with Vergil, because you're not going to be doing manual all the time, are you? Can be fun, but... Why are you using skill 1 when you've got 2 skill stocks of your skill 3, you stupid AI? I don't understand you sometimes, and you didn't even heal Vergil. You healed the wrong unit, because the stupid auto is dumb. It didn't even heal him again. Why? Well, it's working, and I don't know how, because I didn't think it would. Okay. Well, that seemed to work, but I don't know how. 31k. Yeah, it's funny, sometimes my Granados kills people, and he's not even built for that, but just a tank. I know, Linia's too good. Main reason is this stuff is good for science magic on Linias. I wanna lose because I want to against a non-tanky team, because you know auto this team. I felt like with Shida he doesn't really do damage with his magic, but yeah, you see Vergil was just focusing on Gorm and wasn't really doing much there. Oh, now Gorm's dead, never mind. How's he giving you a hard time? Look at this. I don't believe you. Probably because he's using Lagrain and Mikasa. He's dead. He's using Lagrain and Mikasa. Kurosawa, like that guy. I remember his team on auto was a pain. This team that I just fought, that was because Linus is Earth, and Lagrain and Mikasa are weak to Earth. That makes sense. Okay, I will do it, but I've been losing. I lost one time. It's because of the Murren is the problem. It's the Murren is the problem. So the problem being is Murren is going to take all of the hits from Vergil's skill 2 and do no damage. So yeah, I don't think it's going to work. Yeah, I just think when you got an incredibly tanky Murren, you're not going to do very much. Oh, you killed him, Lagrain's dead, now you're focusing on Murren and it's going to do no damage. Perfect. Yeah, this is going to go terribly wrong because I've also had a problem. I'll tell you something. I've had a big problem. That problem being is Granadus goes to where my DPS units are, and even though the enemies are focusing on my Granadus, my DPS unit die because they're where Granadus is. It's stupid. Well, even though this is going to go terribly wrong, I can already say it's not bad, right? The grain's still dying. The grain's still dying. This isn't even my proper auto team, by the way. This is just a showcase Vergil. At least Vergil managed to kill some things. He still did 24k. I think the problem is Murren's too tanky. You know, if I were to go in with my proper team, just for showing reasons, it's probably gonna do the same thing, right? And not do well, I'm guessing. So this should technically do a little bit better, but it's not. I didn't bother doing his team on auto because I don't know, didn't want to risk it for a biscuit, but this is still gonna go bad. I can do it on manual, but not auto. Because Murren, that's the only reason I think. If Murren wasn't there, it would be fine, I believe. I'm just gonna leave this and you'll see it's still not gonna work. See, the magic is doing good work. I'm still not gonna be able to kill Murren. Murren's dead. He's back. Get rid of Murren. I don't like Murren. He keeps surviving and it's a problem. Now everyone's gonna die. I think another reason is because I'm managing to get more magic in before they start spamming Blizzard. Okay, Morin's dead. It's looking better. There you go. So it can work on auto. That went pretty well. That's how my auto team works, by the way. Yeah. If you're not sold already by Linus, then I don't know what will. But yeah. You need to do a lot. You need to have a lot of stuff to make him work, though. I don't have his ward. I'm gonna get that. Also helps that he's at plus 12 as well. Okay, well, I think that's what I'm gonna show for Arena. I think Vergil's pretty decent. I don't think he's really gonna be for an auto team, because if you're up against any defense that has a tank unit with Valor and stuff like that, then Vergil's skill 2 is just going to focus them and do no damage to anyone else because it's just such a small range. If you're doing an S2 build, which you probably should because it's long range. Skill 3 is decent too, but it gets you really close and you're probably going to die. So I think it's going to be good, but not for auto really. Like, I think Lagrain's a bit better for auto because he's got long range S1, I think. But maybe I'll think different later once more people try him out. So last thing to do is to build him properly for normal content. I should have everything learned already. And then just to see what his damage is like with all of the skills learnt, because I want to hope that he hits damage cap without any slayers, but I don't think it's the case. But I'm doing it anyway. Yeah, I personally don't think that Fate is really worth it with Mimicries. It's not really worth getting. Not really worth using because it's too expensive. In most cases. Because there are a lot of skills that you could use instead. Do I want to have this on? Might as well, it's 2 SC. He's got quick trigger already, that's perfect. Okay, well, I have most of the skills I wanted on, now I can just put on anything I want, I think. I don't want sharp eyes or anything. I don't need that stuff, besties, no. Anything else? Close boost and high boost is a good point, very good point. I should think about that right now. Clothes boost and high boost is a good option, but where is it? I can find it. I know. I don't know if it's worth putting it on, but I put it on Shift Balance. Sometimes my luck is pretty good, but not all the time. If you remember, Linus banner was quite terrible. I had to pity that arc. Yeah, that one has Cloves high boost, defense mind, fizzle damage. Yeah, I haven't really talked about good arcs really. I mean, there are a few good ones. Obviously, he's a single build DPS. This is going to be the best one for obviously the damage cap. But apart from that, I highly recommend Dreadworm Galanova. I think this was a very good one too. Yeah, that was funny. Some anniversaries, most anniversaries, is incredible luck, but if you haven't seen all my summons, then, you know, there's been still a lot of summons that haven't been that lucky on. Icy Guardian is definitely going to be a good one if you're up against enemies that don't have that much ice resistance. Then this one's very good, because Vergil already has a lot of crit on him, so this is going to be very good if you want maximum damage against enemies that don't have high ice resistance, and basically any other normal DPS arc that you have, and that's pretty much it. But I think Dreadworm Galanova is probably the best SSR arc to use on him. For you get 25% no attribute skill damage, you get a revive when 3 other allies are alive, which isn't that big really, don't worry about that too much, but in multiplayer potentially could be good. And you get more critical rate and damage cap when you have cloves, which is funny. But he does equip cloves because he's got cloves mega boost and stuff, so I think that's a pretty good arc to use. Now let's start. I'm going to learn cloves high boost and probably cloves boost, and I will show my final build and try him out and see how he is. He was pretty decent in arena, but nothing crazy. I have a feeling that Shift Balent was doing more damage in arena. Because I remember he could hit like incredible numbers, and his skill 3 range is quite high too, but he doesn't have any long range skills. Well, yeah, I think I might use Clove's high boost because you get more defense and mind and physical damage. I'm gonna use that. Maybe I probably will change my build a little bit, but, well, later. I think it's okay for now. One more, then we can try out this final build. I think it'll be interesting. I don't agree with that name, by the way, but you do whatever. Well, we've reached almost 3 hours of the stream, which is a first, I think. So, where's Close Boost? It's on 5% physical damage for 3 SC. Okay. Not terrible. If you want maximum damage, then you might as well have Close Boost and Close High Boost on, as well as everything else. I personally would, because it gives you a little bit of survivability too. I might as well teach it, right? Sure. Yeah, there you go. And then we're done. Then I can try the final build. It's been so long. I think I don't expect the stream of part 2 to be as long as this one.
Let's have some fun.
There we go. Okay, now let's look at my build right now. This could change, well it will, because I think you get 3 prisms from the event. Yeah, Shifurimura is still the best one. I have no idea what to expect for Nero. I have zero expectations. Where do we get the prisms from? I haven't actually, I don't think there's one here. I want that. 35k points, I'm gonna have to do that later. There's stuff there. I get crystals for enjoying the collab event more. You're telling me I'm not enjoying it enough, so I don't get crystals because I'm not having enough fun. Unfair. Yeah, the trading space. I don't know. I don't think I saw any in there. I need to get those stamps. I spent all my materials on the tickets. Okay. So, my final build, for the moment anyway, just to showcase as much damage as I can, probably going to be with, I want to have these two equipped, but I, 1 SC again, the damn 1 SC is haunting me. It's 1 SC, why can't I have one more SC? I could if I had that one prism that I don't have. Well, have to be at 89 then, just to be annoying. So this is what I'm going to use for the moment. This is not my final build, but most of these skills, pretty much all of these skills, are going to be on here for the final build. Honey Elixir with Goddess Kiss is just a must. Well, for me, because he's a non-absolute unit. It's going to do incredibly well with those two. And Purple Orb. I really wanted to use it, so I'm going to use it because I must. And skill 1 breakthrough and all this damage stuff. Let's try it out. Equipment's still the same. I guess I can check paid equipment one last time. There's prisms there. I don't think I want this. You don't get more damage. If it was more physical damage or something, it could be potentially good, but chance to nullify attacks is not bad, but not needed. So let's see what his damage is like. By himself, with a full build, it should be good. I'm gonna guess he's gonna hit around 20 to 30k on a normal hit, and hit damage cap on a crit. That seems to be the case, at least so far. Let me use normal skill first. Yeah, 40k. You could do that. Machine Geyser. I forget about the Geyser skills. I haven't really used one using SC. Oh, don't poke me. If you're going up against a lot of Murrans, then you could probably do that. I love these skill stocks already. Those crits. Good numbers, but normal hits are not hitting damage cap. What about Doppelganger? Okay. They're dead, but no damage cap on normal hits. Because it doesn't have Slayers. Okay. Well, I don't think I can make him cap without Slayers in this stage. On normal hits. Unless I were to go crazy with damage, but I don't think it's necessary. Because I'd rather have more useful things, like... I'm gonna do one last thing, for fun. And that's Counselor 10. And... I guess a Serra for... I don't really need that actually, I can just go like this. I've had cases where my Linus has not been casting even one magic skill because the enemy just keeps spamming Blizzard. It's incredibly annoying. So my plan, I'm going to use Council of 10 because skill stocks 754. Love it. I love it already. It's so good. I love that skill stock.
This barely even counts as a warm-up.
Well, if you've got Vergil, it's great. There are a lot of good sword options. The Muramasa Godforged sword is probably one that you should get if you don't have it already. Incredibly good. He could use that. There's a lot of good sword options. You don't need his paid sword. It's just one that I like using. I tell you what, if you're using Icy Guardian, you could use something like this instead because it's got more crit rate on it. This could be good if you're using Icy Guardian. I'd probably use that. If you're not, then Muramasa. If you're a newer player, then eventually try to get these because they're very good. But just use anything you have that you feel like is good enough. Let's use the full team to finish it off because I want to. For fun.
Let's have some fun.
He's gonna hit damage cap now. It should be one skill 3 to finish him. Should be good. Let's melt them. So 2.2 mil, almost 2.3 mil health. Almost died. Don't you dare kill him. You... I hate you. That was almost 2.3 mil, well 2.27 mil damage in one skill 3. That was almost... I know if I were to put on Icy Guardian it would do it, but I don't want to. That's still very good. If I were to fit a Baland in, it would work. But he might do damage. I can prevent that from happening. Maybe. It's going to be a lot of pressing buttons though.
Let's have some fun.
I'm going to get Baland. Never mind, he stole my Slayer. You got more strength than me, so that's a problem. Never mind. Well, I guess I've done enough showcases anyway. I just wanted him to use one skill 3 to kill everyone, but X-Bet ruins. I guess his damage is still pretty high though. Doing that amount of damage, basically doing 2.2 mil damage in one skill 3 with all of the supports. Not even all of them because I don't have a Seraph in the team. And I don't even... Actually, I could make that better if I were to change this out for a ring. This would work. I'm gonna do that. See, the thing is,
Let's have some
Vergil requires a little bit of setup, because he has to kind of use his doppelganger skill and honey elixir and stuff. Shift Balin can just go ahead and use his skills right away. Well, as long as he's got his skill stocks, of course. At least doppelganger doesn't really take that long to cast anyway, so... There you go. No, don't you dare kill him this time, I'm gonna kill him all. Okay, 2.28. There you go. Love it. How long was that? Like 1 second it killed everything? That's pretty good. I can definitely see Vergil melting bosses really fast. If you go up against Bahamut, you want me to try that? I can go learn Dragon Slayer. I'll just do a Bahamut stage. I don't think anyone's up to doing... It would just be a solo nightmare stage. Probably. I don't have Dragon Slayer learned, do I? I would have to change my build if I wanted to do that. Well, anyways, I think it would be cool. I think he's going to be good for Bahamut. If he were, he's got a revive just in case, right? And a lot of damage, and I think he's going to be really good. I'll try him out in Bahamut at some point, probably, but the stream has been going on for a long time, so I kind of need a break. I really do. But I can get that now. So yeah, technically it's the next day, because it's the 4 PM, that's when it changes. Like, the missions reset. Yeah. Well, I think that's everything. Longer stream than usual. But so far, I think Vergil looks like a very good unit. The arc, I haven't really talked much about it, but it's not a crazy good arc. I still think it's going to be decent to have. Mostly for this Archeval reward, it could be a good weapon. I can definitely see this being a good weapon on certain units. I don't know what that is in terms of comparing to Thaumaturgy Ring. Like, is it the same as a Thaumaturgy Ring or a bit worse? Even so, I still think it's going to be a decent weapon for units that scale off int and strength. It's going to be very good. You can stack this, units that have Thaumaturgy Ring plus Thaumaturgy Ring with this sword, and the Dr. Stone staff. Imagine. I don't think that's necessary, but still, that would be pretty cool. I think it's a decent sword to have. The skills are nothing crazy. I think it's a good arc. Don't chase this arc. I say Vergil's definitely one going for. But I also recommend to save just in case Nero is more interesting to you. And if he somehow turns to be really good. But I personally feel like Vergil's going to be a better unit. But I'm just making that up because we have no information on Nero yet. So it's up to you really. We've got a bunch of Gachas on right now, as you can see, there's so many. So kind of just, if you're worried about spending on the wrong thing, don't worry about that too much, because you've also got to remember to have fun with this game, otherwise what's the point, you know? Get the units that you want, unless it's a terrible unit. Someone would know, someone would probably let you know if that was the case, but all of these units that are up currently are really good. So, it's up to you. I would personally go for one of these collab units, probably Vergil, because this collab could never come back, we don't know. And he's pretty good. If you're missing a non-attribute DPS, go for him. That's what I say. Especially new players, Vergil's probably going to be the best unit you can get if you're a new player, because he's going to carry you through everything, literally. And I think that's it. I think part 2 is going to be probably next week or so. 1 or 2 weeks from now. And I'll do the same thing as I did with this stream. probably. As long as Nero's good, then I'll get him and showcase him everything. If he doesn't look that interesting to me, then I won't get him. But we're just gonna have to wait and see until that happens. But I think that's everything with the stream. I might do a few videos on this collab if this stream does pretty well and stuff like that, and if people want to see videos, I might do videos if I have time as well, but we'll see, because there's a lot of useful stuff here, but I could separate in videos, we'll see, but I still want to check out things. Yeah, I try and say as much as I can, but I know I sometimes repeat myself just because, I don't know, I want to try and make it a longer stream. I don't want to sit around and feel like I'm not doing anything, you know, useful, so Shiv Bainand is pretty good. He's probably going to rate higher than Vergil, I think, but I think that's it for the stream. I've done so much talking for 3 hours, probably the longest I've talked for, I think. I'll see you in the next one when part 2 starts. Hopefully you guys can come there, because I think it's going to be pretty fun. This collab is probably one of the best collabs in Last Cloudia, I think. Most people probably think. Because I looked back at my previous Devil May Cry collab videos, they did pretty well. Better compared to other collabs, I think, so we'll see. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for coming here. Hope to see you in the next one. Enjoy the collab as well. Make sure to enjoy it. Bye.